parasitic infection. Get back to better breathing. Ask your doctor about Fasenra.
Colbert's got Representative Liz Cheney and Olivia Rodrigo tonight on CBS.
The FBI's are coming.
First day on set. We're rolling.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go! Hey! The wait is over. We're back. We are back.
All new seasons of the FBI is part of CBS Premiere Week after Super Bowl 58 on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by the letter B, brisk, blustery blizzard. I'll break down our winter storm. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the snow is really starting to come down and the roads are getting slick. We'll have the latest snowfall forecast for you and what to expect this weekend. Plus, President Biden authorizes airstrikes at a facility in Yemen. We talked to Congressman Bergman about the move as Iranian-backed forces target U.S. military vessels. And hundreds of high schoolers compete in the Business Professionals of America Regional Conference in Delta County. We'll hear from the competitors. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this 19 News at 11.
That snow really is starting to come down. Here's a live look at our Escanaba camera in downtown Escanaba on Ludington Street. Check that out. The wind is so strong. Our camera is shaking around. It almost looks like the whole earth is moving out there. And yeah, it's really coming down in Escanaba. The snow and winds really picked up this evening. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit dicey on the drive home.
Absolutely. Make sure if you are driving anywhere, like all of us here, take it slow. Here's a live look at Marquette Mountain, the ski hill. Not much activity as far as skiers or snowboarders, but I'm sure we'll see them this weekend. All right, so winter alerts. We've got a blizzard warning here in Marquette County still going on where we're expecting 14 to 31 inches. And then there's also a blizzard warning down in Lower Peninsula as well as Wisconsin, just below Menominee County. Everyone else in that winter storm warning, but it looks like it has cleared out there in Menominee County as of right now. But we're still seeing snow whirling in, blowing in, I should say, as those gusts are very strong out there. I was just out there moments ago, and it's quite chill. We'll talk about those Arctic temperatures and wind chills after the break.
Thank you very much, Air. Things started off pretty slow this morning, but picked up in the afternoon into this evening. In Marquette, some residents were even stopping by the grocery store to pick things up before hunkering down for the weekend. And folks were also filling up at the gas station too, making sure they have enough in the tank so their lines don't freeze. Some people told us they didn't think it was too bad this morning, but when things took a turn later in the day, they wanted to get ahead of the storm.
Down because I'm sure I'm going to be out shoveling this weekend. I think it's going to go through tomorrow night, so I would anticipate through the entire weekend we're going to be pretty much stranded at home.
Here in Marquette County, US 41 in the Negaunee area where the elevation goes up a little bit, the roads have become a little more slick, so of course drive cautiously and take your time to wherever you're headed. A group of over 3 dozen businesses across Gogebic and Ontonagon counties is now requesting relief from the state for a loss of revenue due to the lack of snow this season. 43 businesses signed on to this letter appealing to the state for assistance, saying winter tourism accounts for up to 85% of their annual revenue. The letter says the businesses have lost a combined $3.1 million just the last week of December. They estimate they could lose another $3.8 million in January if these conditions continue. We spoke with Congressman Jack Bergman about this. He says there could potentially be help available through the USDA.
About getting business owners through a down cycle and not causing them to have to fold their businesses. So my guidance to them was start with Michigan. We as the federal government can then piggyback along with the state of Michigan, but the state through the MEDC is the one that gets the ball rolling.
The Lake Ogibic Area Chamber is also providing informational workshops to business owners during this time. Last night, President Biden ordered airstrikes on an Iranian-backed proxy in Yemen. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon spoke with UP Representative Jack Bergman about the attacks and has the report from Capitol Hill.
Thursday night, airstrikes from the United States and United Kingdom struck 60 targets in Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen. In a statement, President Joe Biden said he ordered the strikes in direct response to unprecedented Houthi attacks against international maritime vessels in the Red Sea.
They took a step too far. It's time to let them know that we don't tolerate that kind of behavior.
Michigan Republican and former Marine Corps Lieutenant General Jack Bergman says the strikes were necessary to secure and defend critical shipping routes.
It's part of our responsibility working with other countries who are allies to keep those shipping lanes and others open for the flow of goods and services.
According to a U.S. Air Force commander, over 100 precision-guided munitions were used in the strikes that hit munitions depots, air defense radar systems, and other targets. The strikes on the Iran-backed Shia political and military organization come after weeks of attempted missile and drone attacks on commercial shipping vessels in the Red Sea.
You got some Iranian-backed folks there who really don't have anything other than bad priorities in mind, and it's evil. Pure and simple.
The U.S. has carried out strikes against Iranian proxies in Iraq and Syria since the war in Gaza began. However, this marks the first known strike against the Houthis in Yemen.
We need to keep shipping lanes open, and we need to keep them safe.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
This Monday marks the 55th year of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, and UP universities have a number of events to mark the day on campus. Michigan Tech University will begin the day with a brunch, followed by guest speakers discussing the ways the campus has changed because of Dr. King. In the Van Pelt building, students and faculty will also hold a prayer reading from Dr. King's work, and Tech's brass band will play alongside the choir.
It's a day off. It's meant to be a day on for community and acts of service. And so we're hoping that we can come together, have food and fellowship in the morning, get fed, and then go out and do acts of service.
The band will also lead a peaceful march out to the Husky statue at 1 p.m. Monday. Northern Michigan University is also planning events for the holiday. Starting at noon, President Brock Tessman will give an opening speech along with leaders from the campus's Black Student Union. The Black Student Union will also host a variety of service-oriented workshops like making blankets for veterans. Organizers say a day of service helps to shine a light on the positive impact Dr. King had.
Awareness, and it's continually fighting for social justice, and I think the Marquette community and the Northern Michigan University campus does a great job having those conversations.
I think we sometimes forget that time is something that happens really slowly. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was only 60 years ago, and the things that have happened in 60 years is astronomical.
For more on how NMU and Michigan Tech are honoring Dr. King this Monday, just head to WZMQ19.com. Today, high schoolers from across the UP gathered in Escanaba for a competition preparing them for their future careers. WZMQ's Lily Simmons has the details.
Friday morning, more than 200 students from 11 high schools took part in the Business Professionals of America regional competition at Bay College.
We have over 60 competitions that students from all over the UP are competing in across business and marketing, website design, computer applications, speeches, interviews.
With individuals and teams being evaluated by a panel of judges.
A lot of the criteria is professionalism, professional dress, how they handle themselves, being confident, being prepared and not counting on their slides, attention to detail, handing in the proper paperwork when they go in.
These students have put a lot of hard work into preparing for the competition.
A lot of late nights, practicing, going over it, making sure I have all the right things. With my team event, making sure that we can get together. We're all so busy with school and work and our personal lives that it's hard to get together and get it done.
But they say the experience has opened up new possibilities for them in the future.
I never thought I would go into business until I did BPA, and then it was kind of like oh my gosh, I really like BPA, so maybe I would be interested in something for business. It has also exposed me to a more professional environment. I feel like I have a lot of connections where if I wanted to do something in business, I could definitely find something very easily.
The top students and teams will move on to the state conference in Grand Rapids in March. But win or lose, they can confidently say Business Professionals of America has equipped them for life after high school.
I have met so many people and learned so many very important skills. It has been one of the most influential experiences in my life, being able to just network with all these amazing people and have so many great mentors.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus notable books in Michigan to pick up and read, maybe this weekend. Hear from the Michigan Library about how a committee chose the top 20. And later, not every high school sports game was canceled tonight. Highlights from the Ishpeming-Negaunee girls basketball game. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget, we're our
When finances and plans for retirement come together, it's a beautiful sight. Join our experts in shaping your tomorrow today.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, the happy place will hit you up.
Oh my goodness, Jennifer, what is up?
And Kaylee Cuoco is doing it all.
You on the roll, honey.
Plus, a cookie baker uplifting her community.
Y'all ready for some motivation?
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
From all of us at the top, thank you for watching CBS and WZMQ 19.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Well, we've had some upgrades and downgrades with all these weather alerts, and I want you to be prepared for what could be happening with some water on low-lying roads and properties, basically for Baraga, Marquette, Alger, and even down in Menominee counties. That extends into our Saturday, so heads up on that, and it's a good reason to be aware of that because we've got big waves coming off of Lake Superior as well as Lake Michigan, as well as freezing spray warning for Lake Superior, where you could be seeing 2 centimeters or more per hour developing. Okay, winter alerts. Let's get into these. First, that blizzard warning here in Marquette, and you can expect those higher snow totals in higher elevations. That goes until 7 p.m. as of right now on our Saturday Eastern time. And then heading over to the west here, we've got winter storm warnings for everybody in the pink, up to 16 inches up here in the Keweenaw, and then maybe 30 in Baraga, up to 21 possibly there in Gogebic and Ontonagon counties. Down south here for Iron as well as Dickinson, Delta, and South Schoolcraft counties, we could have 6 to 14 inches, and then moving even further, 8 to 17 for the northern portion of Schoolcraft, as well as Alger and Luce counties, and then Chippewa and Mackinac counties, you're not forgotten, 5 to 10 inches are possible, and most of those continue into Saturday evening. Make sure you stay up to date with our app as well as our website website if anything changes. Winter weather advisory. So Menominee County, this has been downgraded, where we're expecting 1 to 4 inches and still blustery winds continuing. Right now, here are our snow depths. There's been a reported 5 additional inches there in Harvey and about 8.5 down in Kearney. So we'll see those accumulate a little bit further this evening. Expecting the heaviest snow in that 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. hour. And then here's where we are across the UP. And of course, if you can see purple or white, that means bigger accumulation. So heads up for Negaunee and Ishpeming, as Sarah mentioned earlier tonight. And then we'll see a few flurries coming off of the lake on our Sunday, maybe even continuing into next week. So here's the storm that's been brewing the past couple of hours over the Upper Peninsula, staying focused mostly over here in the central and eastern portions, but it could be hitting Forsyth there by 11:41, another round, and even Marquette as well, continuing throughout the night. As you can see here behind me with FastCast showing, we'll see those snow showers eventually kind of clearing out and lake effect snow kind of taking over on our Saturday evening, Sunday morning into the rest of the week. The south half staying a little bit drier. North winds still blowing in and gusting up. We'll see about 39 miles an hour here in Marquette, but they'll stick out of the north, I should say, for the next couple of days, maybe varying from northwest, northeast, but it's going to be gusty even into our Sunday. And with those gusts, we also have wind chills that we could be seeing. We'll possibly be in this caution zone, not really heading into the danger zone. Kenny Loggins, not until possibly next week, but just be prepared. I'll have your 7-day outlooks coming up in 15.
Thank you very much, Ariane. The Library of Michigan has released its 2024 Michigan Notable Books list. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy spoke with members of the selection committee about this year's collection and what goes into curating the list every year.
The Michigan Notable Books list comes out every year in January. It's a signature program at the Library of Michigan that started in 1991.
There's a group of us, a committee, 14, 16 people that go through and read many books to come up with a list of 20 titles.
Reference librarian Matthew Pacer says they take submissions and recommendations throughout the year for the list. This year's features a handful of titles with ties to the UP.
John Smolens, he writes a lot about the UP. The book on this list is A Cold Hard Prayer.
While Michigan Rocks is a guide to geologic sites throughout the state.
The UP, let's face it, is just one of those wonderful areas of the state that there is an overabundance of topics that people can write on.
One of the committee's favorite titles was Warrior Girl Unearthed by UP author Angeline Booley, a novel that takes place in the same world as our first book, Firekeeper's Daughter.
Not only are we looking at a really cool mystery style title, we're getting to learn so much more about, what life is like for people of Michigan that maybe we don't get to see.
The committee spends the entire year reading submissions and working together to select the standout group. The collection features children's books, cookbooks, and a lyric and photograph book.
You can look at this list and there's always going to be an option for anybody.
Pacer says the library continues the list as a way to highlight authors and for Michigan residents to get a taste of the diversity and depth of talent within the state. For Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
This summer, some of the authors of the featured books are taking part in a library tour around the state to discuss and answer questions about their work. We have more information on the dates and the full book list on our website and our mobile news app. Michigan's Office of Rural Prosperity is putting dollars toward community projects aimed at investing in underserved areas. The Rural Readiness Grant Program awarded the Great Lakes Recovery Centers $50,000 to fund its new facility in Sault Ste. Marie. The current building is outdated, and it's too much outdated to serve the needs of those recovering and needs to be repurposed. Staff with the GLRC say the money is a much-needed first step.
Readiness grant helps us with some of the preliminary work, acquiring land, doing an environmental survey, getting preliminary architectural drawings, things like that. So it's instrumental in us just getting it off the ground.
The GLRC says that it is still in the beginning stages of development and has yet to decide where this new facility will be. A Marquette museum is still trying to raise money for repairs to its building. The Marquette Maritime Museum needs its roof replaced. The project is estimated to cost about $155,000, and the museum has been trying to raise money through various fundraisers and donations. The museum hopes to be able to get the damaged roof repaired this spring. However, the director says the weather is not really on their side right now.
We're lucky right now that we don't have any issues with the roof, and it could happen at any point now, especially because we're located right on the lake. I mean, with all the wind and everything. So nothing is happening right now, and we're hoping to get the new roof on before we have any issues.
The museum plans to host future events to continue raising money. We have more information about how you can make a donation at WZMQ19.com. The Upper Peninsula Animal Welfare Shelter is getting ready for an annual fundraiser that will have you laughing your tail off. The Raise the Woof comedy show is coming back to the River Rock Lanes in Ishpeming on Friday, February 19th, and it's all to raise money for the shelter and spread awareness for animal rescue. The annual event hosts 2 comedians to help start the year off right for the shelter and host a fun evening benefiting the animals.
Into our operating fund. So it goes to the day-to-day care of all the animals that we have. And, we have dogs, cats, bunnies, we have reptiles, fish. So, we do have a lot of different kinds of small animals and pocket pets as well.
That show starts at 7 p.m. at River Rock Lanes in Ishpeming, January 19th. Where is my mind tonight? Tickets are $20 online, or you can buy 2 for $30. We have links on our website. Sports is on the way next. Mike, what do you have?
2 good basketball games between rivals, Ishpeming and Negaunee, when we return.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Why are we whispering? New tonight on CBS.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
For more than 30 years, our community has come through, building affordable homes, making critical repairs, and building ramps for those who need a little help and a little hope. Habitat for Humanity volunteers produce amazing results treasured forever. You could be our next hero. Volunteers are needed to provide affordable housing in Marquette County. Join in, sign up, it's easy. Go to upersunited.com or use the QR code shown here. A public service message of Habitat for Humanity and WZMQ TV 19.
Hi, Paul. Meet Opie Taylor. He's dramatic. A dreamer.
I wish that I get a B in arithmetic.
But most of all,
I think you're the best sheriff in the whole world.
he's devoted to Dad. It's Andy and Opie on The Andy Griffith Show.
Weeknights at 8 on MeTV 19.1.
Good evening, everyone. The #1 teams in both UPSSA girls basketball polls collided in a Westpac Conference showdown. #1 Ishpeming of the Division 4 rankings visited #1 Negaunee from the Division 1 through 3 listings. Now, the girls' game was second in the doubleheader, and before the girls' game, the Negaunee seniors were honored. A quick start for the visiting Hematites off the miss. Maya Hemmer, the rebound for Ishpeming. She finds Katie Kaukala, who gives the ball over to Caitlin Van Duren for the basket, and the Hematites have a 4-0 lead. Next, Ishpeming on the break. It's Kaukala to Hemmer for the layup, and Ishpeming jumped out to a 10-0 lead, and I think you can bet that Coach Ryan Rico was reasonably pleased. More Hematites. Jenna Mackey to Janessa Eagle for 3. And late night deposit at the bank, 15-3 Hematites. Now Negaunee started making shots. Aubrey Johnson connects with Callie Ryella for 3. Miners back within 15-8, but Ishpeming led 17-11 after 1. In the second, Eagle regains control over to Hemmer. A clear path to the basket, 19-11. Hemmer had 14 points the first half, ended up with 22. Scramble, Negaunee gets control. Ella Mason, the home run ball to Madison Peckrule for the easy 2. Hematites still ahead, 19-13. Miners continue to chip away. Gretel Johnson to Peckrule for another layup. But Ishpeming was able to stay out in front the whole way, winning 57-53 to remain undefeated and give Negaunee its first loss. Jenna Mackey had 17, Ella Mason 16 for Negaunee. To the boys contest, and we'll pick it up with Negaunee having a 32-19 lead at the half, third quarter. Jordan Gannett will get the return pass. Coming up right here, and he will find the triple to be true. Miners leading 40-31. Hematites keep battling. Parker Gauthier over to Caden Loma. Driving, falling, scoring, no big deal there. Loma was having a big night. Ishpeming only trailed 40-35 after 3. In the fourth, Loma will miss on the drive. The putback will be, check that, Loma making that basket. Here's the one where it bounces off the rim. The putback is no good. Then Gannett spots Gavin Sanders ahead of the pack for the hoop and the harm. He missed the free throw. Miners still up 42-35. Keep those numbers in mind. Grady Gauthier, the Caden Loma. That one is good. Hematites down 5. Next, Parker Gauthier. No. And down goes Adam Karki. Oh, it's been a couple decades since referee Karki was hit that hard, and I know I was still rolling on the sequence. That very nice smile. Short time later, Loma, not quite. Kyle Waterman's outlet pass is blocked by Parker Gauthier over to Loma. And it's Ishpeming now in front 43-42 after the free throw. Negaunee did not score in the last 7 minutes, 42 seconds. Ishpeming wins 53-42. Loma had 25, Parker Gauthier 18. Negaunee was led by Gannett, who had 15. 2 games tonight that I could find on the scoreboard. Houghton boys over Dollar Bay 68-40. And the Brimley girls defeated Pickford. That should have been 55-35. To hockey, big showcase over in Traverse City this weekend. Escanaba taking on the Bay City Wolves. And Owen Labonte will get the puck loose in his zone, goes around the defender, slaps that one in, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Orange and Black. Second period now, Escanaba dominating territorially. Nolan Bank, Graham Johnson to Labonte for his second of the game, and the Eskimos lead 2-1. A few minutes later, Escanaba will be back in business. Nolan Bink cross ice off the wall to Ben Sands. He will find Brett Lobb, and the captain roofs it. 3-1 Escanaba. And Escanaba goes on to win this one by the count of 5-3. Bay City was ranked number 6 in the state. Escanaba faces Plymouth tomorrow at 4:30. Hockey scores ever so quickly tonight. Oh, there we go again. Those scoreboards don't like me. It was Marquette over the Bay Area Reps by the score of 4-1. Kingsford defeated Lake Orion 7-2. And it was Sault Ste. Marie over East Lansing 3-1. In the Copper Country, Houghton edged Birmingham Brother Rice 4-3. And it was Detroit Jesuits sneaking past Calumet 5-4. CCHA, not a good night for Northern, 5-1 Lake Superior State. And Minnesota State beats Ferris. That one was 4-2. The Detroit Lions have a playoff game in downtown Detroit Sunday for the first time since 1957 when they defeated the Cleveland Browns at Old Brick Stadium. Detroit won its 4th NFL championship. Detroit has the Rams, and here's head coach Dan Campbell.
I understand that we're in first round of playoffs. We won the division. We got a really good Rams team coming in here. But for me, this is like preparing for Minnesota last week, preparing for Dallas the week before. It's very much just like that. Kansas City, week 1.
Kickoff Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Packers take on the Cowboys Sunday at 4:30. Pistons lose 112-110 to Houston, and we will be right.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order with 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Hi friends, Richard Karn here. Now I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. blazed the trail for civil rights. Monday, he'll be honored for his leadership. I'm Sarah Blakely. WZMQ 19 is proud to present MLK, The Dream Lives On. This special program includes excerpts from Dr. King's timeless I Have a Dream speech and inspiring stories that will touch your heart and bring Dr. King's message and legacy to life. Join us Monday, January 15th at 7/6 Central. MLK, The Dream Lives On, only on 19 News.
Saturday night at 6 on MeTV 19.1.
We've got a very colorful map. If you like red, pink, and purple, this is the map for you. Lots of snow expected tonight into our weekend, hopefully letting up though on our Sunday. We've got wind chills though really kicking into gear on Sunday. Temps right now in that 20-degree range, and we'll expect them to be a little bit cooler tomorrow. Those highs around 15 to 25. Still very gusty winds expected, and that heavy snowfall to continue until about 7 p.m. So just a reminder, we're expecting hazardous travel throughout the UP. If you're looking for something to do, what do I do with the winter storm? Well, you've got your snow removal ideas. You can play outside for a little bit, do a puzzle, take a nap. We like naps. 7-day outlook for Marquette. Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. We're dropping down to 12 during the day, -2. A reminder that those wind chills are going to feel like it's even colder, so bundle up.
Finally tonight, a group of hardy Russians took part in one of the world's most extreme running contests Friday, a marathon held at -52 degrees Celsius. That's about -62 degrees Fahrenheit, as if it really makes a difference at that point. But yeah, check this out. Runners underwent medical checks before the start of the event and were provided broth, hot tea, snacks, wrapped up from head to foot against the cold. A total of 38 people competed in the marathon and half marathon events. One runner who did the half marathon said it was a very scary experience. It was more than 30 degrees colder than the coldest she had ever trained in. So yeah, kind of scary. She said she had to figure out how to breathe along the way and had to remove icicles from her eyes during the run. Yeah, that's a no from me. That's a no from me.
Run into the couch.
Yeah, same. Well, you all stay warm out there and have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Why are we whispering? New tonight on CBS.
Hey, what have you been doing up there?
Honey, only ask questions that you really want the answers to. Okay. I'm gonna get a reward for being such a nice guy.